Wow, I already did this video and I had to do this video again because I forgot to press start. Okay, so this is what I want to talk about. I saw 138. 138 are the three little pigs in the 8 parts of heaven, which take up 135 degrees on two sides. If you add them together, it's 270. If you add 3 to it, it's 273. It'll be 39 weeks or 7 days, and a child is born. But obviously, A, B, C, D, nothing started till AC/DC. Do you understand the backward connection? So we know nothing happened until the fourth. So the child couldn't have been born until the 273rd plus 4 is 277. That would be October 4th. Oh, that's funny. That's my birthday. That's really crazy. So anyways, so we got 13, which is the letter M, and the letter V. You know, what do you want to do with MV? You would say 1005. 1005 or 105, which is I am in French, is what God says. 105 is the center of the dice cube. Center, level 2. Center, position 5. Center, 7th of the Magen David, position 5, 5775. 2015, because the one dot lives in area 5. Just like Mercury, you'd say, does all his work from Jupiter. So where does Venus go? They don't run the same moons, you know. They don't have any moons because they must be running it differently. I say Mercury runs in the blood of man through the air we breathe. There are no moons for Venus, so Venus must join Jupiter and inside run off of Jupiter's moon. They used to have 63. Saturn used to have 60. That was 1, 2, 3. You know what happens with 1, 2, 3? Multiply 1, 2, 3 by the 47 we were working with. It comes out to 2021. 7 years before and 7 years after. You remember that in the Bible? Your 2014 to 2028. 2014, 20 and 14 equals to 34. 34 says 1. 2021 is 41, and that's the tour of the Monopoly 9 times around, plus the one you start is 360, would be 361, which is 19 times 19, which is the cycle that the moon time takes to go around and advance one day. 19 by 19 equals 361, 360 degrees plus the 1 degrees for the day. So we had this MD, medical, M13. Oh, that was supposed to be another 2. I think I must have made a mistake somewhere. Anyways, I don't think it's a big mistake. But, so anyways, we had 13. We had M and D, medical doctor. I already told you, we were just discussing that it was P and H. Did I not discuss that 2 seconds ago? P and H, pharmaceuticals, and it's the words MD for medical doctor. 35 and 75 is 110 of the Twin Towers. But why is it 110, or is it 110% of TQS, which is a radio television show, which is Q and T, and there's a reason for those choice of letters. You're using the V in here. The V is sometimes represented by the wolf, the wives, the fives, the change of the V and the F, just like you change the B and the V in Spanish. So this is the medical doctor of the creation, C and E. Creation 23, the mech. I don't know what that means. But here you get your 4x4s, which is your Barack Obama again. The other thing I'll show you with that number that comes out, the same again for Barack Obama, B and O, is over here. You get the B and O with 25 on the dice. By the time you get over here, you get the Abe Lincoln, which is the fox, which is the time of the fox, and it comes out perfect with Abe Lincoln. Then you get the 240 hours, which is 10 days, and it shows you exactly you're at 50. So it's exactly at the center of another, because these are 2 different areas I cannot explain to them all. And this would create your 86 and Mr. Tacpan 7286. This would be the day, 6 days, 1 day, and 3 days, or 6 points for a touchdown with the 1 point, the 3 points for a field goal. Now you get the 2 points, because man's 2 points count on the ground. 265, 290 is the birth, which is the 92nd day in a leap year, which is April 1st. And April 1st is usually the 91st day, 13. Number 13 times 7 equals 91. There's 13 cards to a suit. Then we bring it all the way down here to the bottom, 415, and then 440. At 100, you get 440 over here. So that'd be 44 again. This word over here, when you get to 70, which is the expression in Hebrew for Resh, I call it angel resident of the heaven, 3, 1, and 5, A, C, and E. 3, 1, and 9, which is the birth, says CIA. And that would tell you something else. You see the way you come all the way around the Monopoly 40? 19 was the moon. This was the communication. This is next year, this one. You notice where the first one, area 51, 5, 51, 15, and on the roulette wheel, if the first 4 numbers add up between red and black to these numbers. The same numbers you've carved out over here. So your 4x4 that we did over there is pharmaceuticals and medication. And not only pharmaceuticals and medication, but it might mean the Mediterranean. Because in Monopoly, it doesn't finish all the letters. It says Medit on the Monopoly game, so you don't know if it's medication or Mediterranean. Don't forget what's happening under the Baltic, okay, before we ever came to Earth. They flew these islands in. I mean, when I watch these movies, Avatar, I go, oh my God, I wish I was here. I mean, don't you remember in Moses, when the African king came in, what colors he was wearing, the same color Barack Obama put on? He came in to give all these cloaks to everybody so they'd leave the Jews go, because the Jews came in to build the cities and Pharaoh the land. And for Pharaoh they worked, and the Sethis, they broke their back for the Sethis of the cities. Anyways, so we did all that, and I showed you this, and this is in rotation of 5 at a time. But when I do it in rotation of 9, which goes out to E-I-E-I-O, the circle of life, we end up over here again with the same number. But this one, it goes to 144, which is 12 times 12, 144, which is the 12 times 12 around the clock. You can do this in many ways you want. 72 and 72 of 7286 divided in half. And there's a whole equation, I can't do it. This one over here with the 99 numbers, 108, top of the Twin Towers, and boom. This is the highway that just fell in next to me. Actually, it's the 158 next to the 117, but it's 7-Eleven and craps. Do you know why they call this 7-Eleven and craps? Because the 11, the only way to make it is 5 and 6. And if you flip the dice over, 6 and 5. The opposite of the 5 is the 2. The opposite of the 6 is the 1. 3, craps. You lose. That's why, because of this. Everything was made for the universe. Anyways, what else did you want me to take a look in there? I didn't look through the whole thing. It looks like it comes from the bottom of an ocean. I mean, who says what I can do and what I can tell you? This is only what I see, but I don't know any more than anybody else. In fact, I know most likely a lot less than anybody else until you decide that I seem to know anything at all. That means I know a whole lot to you. Wow, that would be so cool. I mean, everybody has to remember. Do you remember the old saying, when there's going to be 6.66 billion people in the world, okay, something's going to happen, and they said between the lives of the cat inside the dog pound. So there's 9. 6.66 billion divided by 9 equals 74. And 74 is the Hebrew year we're in right now. And 7 times 4 is the number of days we have in Valentine's. And 28, 7 by 4 is TH, which is the heaven times we live inside of. And 11 equals 39 for the streets of Nibiru. The streets and the planets. Where are we? Inside something else. Hung underneath like the G letter, almost looking like the Russian flag. Or looking like this Sylvanian flag, Syrian flag, with those little balls and then a half a moon and a chicken. Because that's the truth, man. That's definitely the truth. Anyways, Will, I didn't watch your whole video, but this is for you. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. In honor of your friend, you know what's really funny? When you want a lighter, you can't find it. Can't find a lighter when you want it. And I have 5 lighters. I have 4 million miles under my belt. God forbid something like that should happen. I know they'd blame me for it. But I do my best and I pay the utmost of attention when I'm on the road. Even if I'm smoking these little things, you believe you me, it's the last thing I'm going to pick up to smoke while I'm on the road. But I know I can smoke and drive anyways because, hey, I'm 50 and I've been doing it for 40 years. So Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Take a look right now where 7286 is. You'll crisscross it around the world. It's right on top of Russia. Right where that cold area is. Where's that cold area? Anyways, I can't cut this part out. Cut. Oh, there's so many things, just so much. And 2021, don't forget what you can't do in Monopoly. If you get three doubles, you go to jail. So you can't do that. You know, we can get two. So there's things you can't do. So even if you're playing the game of craps, you got to also play by part of the rules of Monopoly. And whatever other game you play, it's all about games people play. I've never felt so good in my life. You know, they got me packing in all these drugs, but the best drug is this one. Because when you gotta go, good time for a release. You're not funny anymore. Shut the video off. Can you believe him? I'm telling him to shut the video off, and he tells me I'm not funny. I wasn't looking to be funny, but now I look stupid. Oh, be quiet. Anyways, let me do this again. The circle of life. Area 51 and the circle of life at point zero. Level number 2, 2015. Because the crisscross of this dice is supposed to be 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, which the total is 20. If you would put it this way, it'd be 2, 4, 6, and 8, and the total would be 20. So we're going this way. So you multiply the number of its value, 1 by 3, and 1 and 3, don't forget you have to create the D around it like a bubble connecting to D, because there is no B until you create the two outsides to create the inside. Otherwise, you've created nothing at all. 1 and 3, 3 and 1. It's not 1 and 2. 1 and 2 makes 3. 1 and 2 makes 2 because it's already 2. You understand what I'm saying? You see these two on the outside? You see this one in the center? This one, no matter what you do with it, will never be able to be this one, because it's the center. It says ACE, ACE. This one can also say CIA. I have CIA, which means I must have some sort of communication in advertising. I don't know. Anyways, cut off these last 2 minutes.